a JaidynReiman video game analysis. Today's topic: Super Smash Bros. Direct. Hey guys, before things get too out of hand or takes too long, I feel like I better go and post up my analysis of the Smash Bros. Direct. I've been trying to get some other things done, like getting my game engine up and running. I'm still having problems getting it working. But that Smash Bros. Direct is really, I really gotta talk about it. I've been talking about it in comments and on my favorite my favorite online message boards, not Smash Bros. Sonic Stadium message boards. The only real Sonic site I still regularly visit. And there was just so much stuff that came out in that Direct. There's so much that's going on right now. If I don't do this now, it's gonna take me forever to get back to it. So all right. Probably obviously everyone already knows. There's the whole everyone already know about the release date. Summer for the 3DS version, and winter 2014 for the Wii U version. And a lot of people have I think winter. Well, they're referring to winter 2015. No, they're referring to November, December. Because in fact, what I've heard is that Nintendo said the exact same thing for this is the exact same thing for Super Mario 3D World, which of course was November, December of 2013. So the Wii version is not coming in 2015. It's coming in 2014. It is still coming in 2014. It's coming around before the Christmas season. So, you know. But everyone has mixed opinions on this. Personally, I think it's a pretty good idea. We at least need the 3DS version and Wii version to be separate. But at the same time, the Wii version is the definitive version as is. We know the Wii version is going to get its own unique mode. We don't know what it is yet, but I suspect it'll be similar to the Subspace Emissary. Maybe take a step back so it's not quite the same, and a little bit closer to Adventure Mode, but it'd probably be a lot closer to Subspace Emissary than Adventure Mode, though. From Melee. Yeah, so I think the release date is actually probably the best thing it could have done, because if the Wii version came out, everyone would flock to the Wii U version, and the 3DS version would be left in the dust. That's just how it would go. That's pretty obvious right there. Most people probably get both versions, but some will only get one, and it'll all depend on which console they have. At the same time, though, if the Wii U version comes out later and they get the 3DS version first, they may want to see new features. They may want the new features in the Wii U version that are not in the 3DS version. So the 3DS version of the 3DS version will have its own mode called Smash Run, which is based on City Trial from Kirby Air Ride, also done by Sakurai. Smash Run looks basically, it's got a lot of features directly from a lot of things related to Subspace Emissary. For example, it's got enemies you can run around and attack, various doors that look just like the ones in Subspace Emissary, which will take you to different rooms and such, and all kinds of different side things you can do in between actual battles. And the whole point of Smash Run is to gather up power-ups, for actual battles, and then after each round you'll go and do an all-out brawl, or in some cases you may be doing a running through a moving stage. And that's all, of course, in the 3DS version. It's not in the Wii U version. In fact, they didn't announce a Wii U mode yet, but I suspect that the Wii U mode isn't going to be announced until after the 3DS version is released, in order to raise hype for it. Because if they announce it beforehand, some people might say, let's skip the 3DS version and just go straight to the Wii U version. No, instead what they'll probably do is announce the Wii U mode after 3DS. We know the Wii U's gonna get its own mode. New characters, as I suspected, the switchable characters are all gone. Although I was actually not anticipating that they'd actually bring him back, so that's interesting. Sheik, Zerzut Samus, they're both back as separate characters. Sheik and Zerzut Samus are both back as separate characters. Oh yeah, because Down B is replaced, they've now got new moves. In the case of Zerzut Samus, I think her recovery move has been switched. She now has like jet boots. She now has jet boots or jet heels, I guess you'd call them. Zerzut Samus now has jet heels, and that gives her also has a new upbeat recovery move. Samus is identical, but Zelda's down special is now the Phantom Knight, Phantom Slash, where she summons a Phantom based on the fact that Zelda in Spirit Tracks could actually possess a Phantom while she was in that game. I'm not going to explain it all, but she was able to possess a Phantom. In this game, Zelda gets the Phantom and is able to summon it to attack enemies or even to act as a defensive move. In this case, though, it's interesting because the Phantom also acts as a projectile, and it can in fact be reflected back to her, and it can even be captured by the villager's item pickup move or a grab move. I don't know what it's called exactly, but he's got a move where he can. It's pocket. He can go and pocket projectiles and even items. Sheik now has two new moves. Sheik's chain has been replaced by apparently a grenade, which is somewhat similar to the fact that Snake had a grenade, although I don't think it's the same thing. And even though Sheik now has that grenade, that doesn't mean Snake is gone, which is pretty obvious he is gone, but that doesn't mean Snake is gone. It doesn't affect anything. Sheik losing her chain attack doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that a whip character will get in or a chain character will get in. It doesn't mean a chain character can't get in. I've heard a few comments about this, and it's just not going to change anything. Just because one character has a specific move doesn't mean that, or one character loses a move doesn't mean that another character will get that move. It's just, it's kind of stupid how people can make these kinds of comments. There's also, Sheik also now has a new jumping kick attack called Jumping Fish. And Sheik's been buffed up significantly, as well as Zeus and Samus. Both of them have been buffed so that they're more powerful and can now deal more damage on their own. So that's a nice improvement there. Yoshi's back. Yoshi appears to be more upright than in past games. I think Yoshi was already a little bit more upright in Brawl, but I think that he's now even much more upright this time around. I've tried to look up Brawl, and his artwork show him being upright, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case in his actual gameplay. Yoshi doesn't seem to be too different at this point in time. I'm not really sure about him yet. But Yoshi was confirmed finally, even though we were expecting him around the release of Yoshi's New Island. Then there was also Charizard is now his own character. No signs of Jigglypuff or the other two characters in Pokemon Trainer, but I don't think it's likely that Ivysaur and Squirtle will be back, because we're definitely getting Jigglypuff back. Jigglypuff's been around since the start. Characters have been around in like at least 2 games. There's no way they're not going to come back. It's just, you know. So we're definitely getting Jigglypuff back. And Mewtwo's been highly requested. We technically had 6 Pokemon in the previous game, so I really think that we'll get both Jiggly and Mewtwo. I just really do. But we do have Greninja now, which was a surprise, but you know, everyone was expecting us to get a new Pokemon character anyway. I was expecting a new Pokemon, I just didn't know who it could be. That said, we've now got the big three, Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda. Of the big three, Zelda's the one that does not have a new character yet. And if Zelda gets one new character, as well as, of course, Gander coming back, then both Zelda and Pokemon will have 6 characters, assuming that we get Jiggly and Mewtwo. And then Mario has 5 on its own, plus Yoshi and even Wario. I don't know, we may get stuck with just 5 each. We'll see, but I really do think we'll get one new Zelda character. We've got one new Mario and one new Pokemon character, so I think we'll get one new Zelda character as well. Sakurai keeps teasing Ridley. He refuses to actually show or outright state that Ridley is deconfirmed. But honestly, it really does look like Ridley is going to be playable. Just people are saying that Ridley is deconfirmed. I don't see it because he keeps teasing it, and in fact, based on the way Ridley moves in that clip, well, we don't even see Ridley. We see his shadow. That's all we see. We see his shadow and one brief clipping of either his wing or his tail, but I think it's his wing. And just in the way it looks, it really does look like Ridley moves like a regular character. We'll see, but in Brawl, he moved way differently. He was shooting across the screen, jumping around, flying around and everything. And here he was flying, but he wasn't doing it in the same way. He was like, he seemed to be flying like a regular character would. He really did. We'll see, though. He keeps teasing that Ridley's only a boss, but he did confirm that bosses are back, and now they're on stages. And of course, now there's also going to be Final Destination versions of most stages, not all stages, but most stages, and which is basically just a flat platform with no additional platforms around it. In fact, just last night we even got this morning technically. This morning we even got a preview of the first 3DS Final Destination version stage. That being, which one was it? Gerudo Valley. We've seen the Gerudo Valley version of Final Destination, which basically just take textures from Gerudo Valley, have the background of Gerudo Valley, but otherwise it's the platform sitting on a cliff. So it looks pretty good. I actually don't mind having these alternates. These are basically the hazardless versions of stages. People can play in a large variety of stages without having to worry about things getting in the way. But, you know, I like having fun. I really do. I like the ability to just jump around and play through various stages. It kind of annoys me how they go and design all these wide variety of stages, big and small, and I like to have fun. I like to play on these different stages, so I like playing with items. I'm not much of a I'll probably try them, but I'm not much of a hardcore player or anything. I just like playing for fun. And in fact, the online modes for playing with other people who aren't on your friends list and everything are for glory and for fun. For fun has random stages, random items. Well, it's got random stages, all items. Obviously, you play as any character you want, and for the most part, it seems to be for as many players as possible. So probably like four player smashes, 4-player brawls, or whatever they want to call it this time. So that's for that's how the multiplayer will be working online. For glory is going to be primarily it will be Final Destination only, but it'll be based on the different versions of stages that have a Final Destination version though. So it's not just gonna be the Final Destination. It's gonna be different ones that have that variance on it. No items. Despite the usual whole situation where players go and say Final Destination only, Fox only, no items. You can choose which characters you want. It's not gonna be like Fox only or anything. But there's also going to be a slight difference too, where the for fun it keeps track of your wins. For glory, it keeps track of your wins and losses. But yeah, that's pretty much a rundown of most everything announced in there. Some people are saying that there might be a hint at Pac-Man in the sky at the end, where it goes and shows above Greninja when Greninja appears. There's the clouds are in a shape that kind of looks like Pac-Man, but at the same time, Greninja's like a frog, and it could also just be a lily pad. It wouldn't surprise me if Pac-Man's in. Personally, I'd rather have Lloyd Irving, but eh. So there's that. Sakurai talked about a lot of the different, a lot of move adjustments to various characters. Talked about the new characters' moves and how a variety of characters have been changed around. Not too much on very old vets. He mostly talked about like changes to Almar. He explained how the new characters play. Let's see. Oh, he just talked about several characters. Almar, Lucario. Showed off several Final Smashes, including, for example, he showed off all of New Characters' Final Smashes, where Lil Mac has Gigamac, Rosalina has Power Star, or I think it's a Grand Star. Mega Man being one of the best, where he goes and summons 4 other versions of Mega Man, and they do a giant laser blast together, like a rainbow laser blast together. That's probably like I've heard a lot of people saying Nintendo has done in like a 5-minute clip what Capcom has failed to do in the past several years for Mega Man. So they show more love to Mega Man in a 5-minute clip than Capcom's done the past several years. So that was quite nice. We haven't seen a whole lot on Sonic yet, but Sonic does appear to be a little bit stronger. So some of his moves are a little bit faster as well to capitalize on his speed attributes. I've seen some suggestions of how Pac-Man could be added, and most of them are pretty bad, primarily because Pac-Man's moves, when it's first added into actual platforming games, there was already established characters. Just by the time he got his own platforming games, there are already established characters like Sonic, Mario, all these other characters who came after Pac-Man, but they all came after Pac-Man. But Pac-Man didn't actually have platforming gameplay until much later. We're starting with the Pac-Man World, and most of his attacks are derived from other characters. So as his rev rolling is derived from Sonic, and his butt bouncing is derived from like Mario's ground pounds, and it's just they could really give Pac-Man a good moveset, but they could also easily make him like close to Sonic. Other people have even suggested they make him like Sonic. No, don't make him like Sonic. I don't want him to be like Sonic. I want him to be unique if he's going to be playable. That's one of the major reasons I don't really like the idea of adding Pac-Man. Another reason is being that he was not made as a character. He's made as a game, and he doesn't really have much. You know, they've tried to make him to a character, but they haven't done a very good job of it. He's a classic. I could see him getting in. At the same time, I could just as easily see Lloyd Irving getting in. And the Tails series, I think, is much bigger than Pac-Man at this point in time. Pac-Man is still the mascot, but the Tails series is way, way bigger now. So, I don't know. It all comes down to what Sakurai decides. We'll see how things go. Also, starting with this video, I'm going to provide a list of characters, my character checklist. I can officially check off Pokemon character, new Pokemon character from my list. I don't really know much about Pokemon, but I knew there would be one new character. My suggestion was Blaziken, because that's what I've heard other people suggest, but it ended up being Greninja, so that's our new Pokemon character. I'm still waiting to check off Ike this weekend. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure X going to be announced this weekend at the Fire Emblem anniversary. So that just a brief rundown of the Smash Bros. Direct. If you like this video, feel free to rate, favorite, like, subscribe, and of course, just have fun on the internet until next time. See you later.